The Phoenix Suns start a 6-game road trip in Cream City, and they got some reinforcements on the way. We're talking Suns, Bucks, and we're going to do it on the other side of this quick. Psychos and sickos unite for a Cream City edition of the PHNX Suns pregame show, of course, brought to you by our friends over at Gila River Resorts Casinos. You do you at Gila River Resorts Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Whole squad's here for a pregame show because the Suns are on the road for a 6-game road trip. So get used to seeing Eric, Gil, Espo, Steven, and the freckled mama behind the Mac making all of the magic happen. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Gentlemen, more Phoenix Suns basketball on the way.
Well, we gotta say hi to all the people in the Cream City of our chat. The cream of the crop, Russell, Fifi Geeky, I guess his new name, AJ. If the future becomes the present, all you hit that like button. Glad to have the whole fam damnly in here.
Woo! I feel good. You guys know why I feel good today?
Because it's 4:30 and we got to get out of here before midnight.
Well, yeah, that. And let's take a look at our injury report presented by our friends over at the Husband and Wife Law Team. If you've been in a serious accident, call the Husband and Wife Law Team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at husbandwifelawteam.com. You hear that? Dog's back, baby. Jordan Goodwin is back. Grayson
Allen. What kind of dog was that?
One that's being tortured.
Grayson Allen is also available after missing last game.
I'm very confused.
Steven, you're confused, but I know you're also excited to get a dog and Jordan Goodwin back on the court tonight.
Well, I hope you don't come out like that.
Wow.
Anyways, yes, very excited to have Jordan Goodwin back in see Jordan Goodwin back in the rotation. He's got some new friends. Bashir Fleming wasn't quite to this extent in the rotation before he exited, and Haywood Highsmith hadn't made his Suns debut quite yet because he wasn't ready. So the defense that was already good when he was on the floor just got that much better, that much more athletic, that much bigger in wingspan. I'm looking forward to see what that means for all the things that Jordan Goodwin's really good with to be able to multiply that.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. The all-lockdown lineup, who is it? Go 5 of them now.
Jordan Goodwin, Bashir Fleming, Haywood Highsmith, Dillon Brooks, and also Iguodala.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Gil, we also have Grayson Allen back after missing last game tonight, which is important, but also it's a question of what are the rotations going to look like tonight?
Great problem to have, and starting with Grayson being available. We talked last game, we were concerned a little bit that he just got downgraded and we had no idea what was going on, and we were hoping that it didn't linger. Well, it didn't linger. He's back to play against one of his former teams tonight, and it's a good problem to have. He has that boost, that scoring boost he brings to the second unit, which will be exciting to see, and thinking about the playmaking as well. And this is a step. You know, I've said so much oftentimes projecting forward. Let's just think about tonight and what it means for the guys who are available tonight. These guys can get accustomed to playing with one another. Grayson can make life easier for other guys and can get some chemistry and build some chemistry with this group that's available and learning how to play together because it is important. 18 games left in the season. It'll be good to see.
Obviously, Dillon Brooks and Mark Williams continue to be out, so we're getting that same starting 5 that we've been getting. Colin Gillespie, Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Royce O'Neal, and Oso Ighodaro. Espo, I saw your reaction when I said that.
They're quick hook, because if they don't get off to a quick start, you're going to have to bring in the defensive side of things if the Bucks do. So I would not be shocked if we see a quick adjustment here like we did the other night.
Steven, against the Bucks specifically, is this maybe going to be one of the tougher tests that this starting lineup and their lack of size will face?
I mean, it might be, but at the same time, Milwaukee is not playing well. So I don't know if the Suns don't allow it to, it shouldn't be something that hurts them, but that's definitely something to factor into tonight's game, especially because the Bucks made a very, 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 very low-key addition at the deadline in Ousmane Dieng, and they've been starting him with Giannis and Miles Turner. So you got 3 near 7-footers in your front court. That's something to think about. It's kind of adjacent to what Utah had going on before they decided to play the tanking game.
Who guards who here? Like, who's guarding
Jalen Green, the Giannis
tonight?
stopper.
Like,
That's the question.
I mean,
Obviously, Royce is going to be on Giannis.
oh my God.
And then
Obviously, yeah.
and then you got Miles Turner being guarded by Oso. So
Yeah.
after that, and honestly, this probably would be a better game for them to get into cross matching where maybe Oso is on Jang, and it allows him to kind of roam around some and put a smaller guy on Miles Turner because he's not a post up threat in that respect.
You can put Royce on Miles Turner and put Oso on Giannis?
That could be
Giannis
something
on Giannis?
that's it's in the
Giannis
same
on
vein.
Giannis. That's what I'm saying, Gil.
It's in the same vein.
Well, no Bobby Portis
I
tonight.
think if with your lack of size, you need Oso available to help as much as possible at the rim.
He needs to have a much better game than he did against
Yeah, for
Charlotte.
sure.
Bobby Portis out, Jericho Sims out, Kevin Porter Jr. out, Torian Prince available. Neck surgery is a listing for Torian Prince, which is just also like, man, that is a weird listing on the injury report.
He's been out for a minute, man.
Yeah, he has been out for a while. So a little bit of, I guess, reinforcements for the Bucks tonight. But how worried are we about Giannis? Let's talk about him in our credit check presented by our friends over at Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of the Phoenix Suns. Giannis did miss a pretty significant portion of time before returning a couple of games ago. In his 3 games played, he scored 19, 24, and then 27 points. So he's slowly ramping up. Giannis is always a threat, Gil, but tonight, with the type of lineup the Suns are starting with, this might be a, okay, everybody but Giannis type of night and throw everything at him.
He's obviously a one-of-one type player, one of the all-time greats, and we've talked about kind of the matchup that he gets in reality, and this has been the case since Giannis has been a superstar in the league. It's a team effort to slow him down. You have to make things difficult for him in transition, cloud things up, where he likes to operate in the half court as well. Don't let him get those driving lanes, and he has the length, and he just kind of seemingly dunks the ball when you think he can't even get to the rim. So the length, the help side, and things like that is going to be very much a team effort to make him uncomfortable. And as you mentioned, Eric, with those numbers, he's definitely easing back into his full form, and the workload is getting bigger for him as well. So doing it early is going to be big. If you can kind of hit first, make a statement first, make life difficult for him first, I think the Bucks, especially with as limited as they are, as shorthanded as they're going to be tonight, that might be something that sends him back and makes it a quiet night for Giannis, or a relatively quiet night for Giannis.
if you're gonna bring extra pressure, you better rotate well. Like, again, this is another night where you can't let the defense let up at all. They showed out real well last game, and you bring that same intensity. Even though Milwaukee's record sucks, they've struggled at times. They still have Giannis. They still have Miles Turner, who has the ability to go out there and play well. You gotta be really, really solid on defense, and both your second unit and your first unit. Now you got your dogs back on the second unit there, so that should be a lot easier than it has been.
Yeah, not a game to look over things at all. You need to approach it no different than you will the latter 5 games of this road trip. Giannis is the best player on the court, and Miles Turner is the best big on the floor. So that's things that you have to deal with, and you have to tend to them appropriately. And I think I have some of those things in the keys, but generally speaking, Giannis is a nightmare for everybody, regardless of who your personnel is.
Well, I think it's very fitting that we just spent an entire hour yesterday basically talking about Rasheer Fleming. And I know it's kind of hard to be like, hey, okay, well, we've got somebody for Giannis. It just happens to be a rookie, right? Who's only really been in the rotation since around the All-Star break. But size-wise, length-wise, athleticism-wise, he really is one of maybe 2 guys that you could put on Giannis, with Oso being the other one. I don't even think Kaman is really in that conversation yet as far as a defender, even though he does have the frame. So I do wonder if we're in store for another high-end Rasheer Fleming game, a high-usage Rasheer Fleming game. And like you mentioned, Steven, having a guy like Jordan Goodwin back to maybe help out with anything else that's going around Giannis so that Rasheer can really focus on his matchup. I am interested to see how many minutes Rasheer has tonight, or is it a Haywood Highsmith night, or is it a Ryan Dunn night? It's probably going to be all of them, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Jordan Ott lean into one of the lineups that he tapped into against the Hornets, which was Devin Booker and/or Colin Gillespie, surrounded by a bunch of wings in length. Come on, Rasheer, Haywood, and Dunn. I would not be surprised if we saw that again tonight.
I mean, don't disrespect Royce, though, because Royce will likely have the primary matchup or will spend a lot of time. He's, for all intents and purposes, their best post defender that's on the roster right now. So it just makes entirely too much sense for him to spend a lot of time there, which allows for Rasheer to play to some of his strengths. Post defense is not really one of his strengths, but he also hasn't really been in that spot yet on the NBA stage either. So I imagine they try to manipulate it as much as they can, but inevitably when you switch as much as they do, even Jordan Goodwin's going to have some chances against Giannis. So it's just a matter of just being in your spot as far as the primary defender, and what your help defense is doing is more important than anything tonight.
Being in your spot, and I was thinking too with help defense, sending him where you want him to go. And that's the big part, back to why it's a team thing. And that's why somebody like Kamal Malawach is going to be important. If you see that size kind of waiting for you, you're a little discouraged. I don't care if you are a 2-time MVP. Like, you see somebody that big, you can't just go through them. Giannis might try to, but that's going to be the important part, especially with the switching and things like that. People might get put into disadvantageous situations. And then what are you going to do from that point? Where do you want to send Giannis? Where do you want him to go? Put him in a place where he has to get rid of the ball. He sees a bunch of bodies. That's been the thing we've seen with the Suns defense against prolific players, prolific scorers. They just see bodies wherever they go. Seen it with Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, even Michael Porter Jr. So I think that'll be the big key to this defensive effort. Giannis seeing bodies wherever he goes and making him as uncomfortable as you can make him.
I'll be interested to see how early Goody gets in, how much he'll be part of that defense, because him kind of bringing some double teams and some help defense on the bigger guys. He's got that toughness, but he's also got quick hands. And when you've got bigger guys out there, obviously higher dribble, easier to poke it out with a bigger lineup as well. Be interesting to see how he plays in to that whole strategy tonight.
And let's also not ignore the fact that there will be 4 other players out there with Giannis. And I know the Bucks aren't the most impressive team, but they certainly have other players that could give the Suns problems tonight. Just to name a few: AJ Green, who's one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA. Ryan Rollins, who is no longer starting for this team, but had an incredibly hot start to the season. Or is he starting tonight? He is starting tonight. So Ryan Rollins is starting for this team. He has had a very good season. It's been one of the few names that's been floated out in the most improved conversation so far this year. They also picked up Cam Thomas on the buyout market. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Cam Thomas. He is a guy that can go out there and get you 30 if he gets hot, and we've seen him give the Suns problems before. So
he's averaging 14 since he came to the Bucks. He's scoring.
Is that the name that you would say you would maybe have your eyes on the most out of the non-Giannis Bucks players?
I don't know. I have a weird feeling that this could be a Kyle Kuzma night.
Oh, gross.
I hate it, but I have a weird feeling that it could be a Kyle Kuzma night. Feels like he fits that kind of profile of the guy that isn't great, but finds a way to score a lot in a game against the Suns. Just a weird feeling.
That's exactly the player I was thinking too, especially like given the fact that there's no Bobby Portis. So like, he's a guy who you kind of forget about in some senses, but at the same time, we've seen him fill it up at a high level at certain times and various times in his career. And it's kind of crazy how long he's been in the league at this point in time. But yeah, it does just kind of feel like a Kyle Kuzma game where there can't be a quick hook. So even if he struggles, he gets to play through those struggles and figure some things out. He'll probably be a high volume shooter tonight.
Yeah, for me, it's Ryan Rollins. For everything that Colin Gillespie is to the Suns, Ryan Rollins is to the Milwaukee Bucks. Scoring spark off the bench, especially when he's in that role. Obviously, you started tonight, so it's a little different, but that point of attack guy for them, he does a lot of the pesky stuff, picking up full court, just like Colin does. And just coming up with those annoying plays that really either put a wrench in whatever you're trying to accomplish or outright taking possessions away just by being able to steal the basketball. So the Suns need to make sure they're taking care of the Rock tonight.
Only Suns fan. Good to see you too.
Good to see everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. A reminder, PHNX Suns got you covered with a watch along for this game on this very channel on a different stream. So make sure you're tuned in to that. And make sure you're there in 9 days. The final game of the Suns' 6-game road trip. Suns, Spurs, Gila River Resorts Casinos, Wild Horse Pass. Our second to last watch party of the season is going down. Once again, March 19th, Suns, Spurs. Make sure you are there. Go to gophnx.com/events and we'll see you there. Tip-off is at 5. Pre-game is at 4:30. We'll be there a couple hours before that. Come hang out with us and spend your day the right way. Suns, Spurs with PHNX Suns and Gila River Resorts Casinos. A couple other names for the Bucks here is, like I mentioned, AJ Green is a very good shooter. The Suns, and I think every fan feels this way. It's like, oh, this guy always gets hot against us. Oh, the shooters always get hot against us. He's somebody that you could watch. Gary Trent Jr. is somebody who hasn't been playing a ton for them, except for recently. He had 25 minutes against the Magic in their most recent loss. Now, he got up 9 threes. He only hit one of them, but he did get them up. Those are two guys that if they are on the court, they are going to be launching away from three. So I think that kind of brings you back to the Giannis side of things, to where if you can at least just contain him a little bit, don't get him rolling, don't get him in a mode, it's going to be a lot easier to stick to those shooters on the perimeter. Miles Turner obviously is one of the best big men shooters in the NBA and is a three-point marksman. Like, there is a recipe for this team to win games. Even though they don't do it that often, they are at home, and the Suns are starting off a road trip, coming off of the high of a big win. Sometimes teams are sleeping a little bit. You can't sleep tonight against Milwaukee.
I mean, that's a big if, though, with Giannis. Like, if I lost 100 pounds and learned how to act great, I could be a Hollywood star. It's probably not going to happen. I don't think you're going to slow Giannis down that much. So you're going to have to get creative with it. But yeah, you can't, no possessions off tonight. You're going to have to, again, play as good a defense as you did the other night to get this one.
No possessions off, and I think back, the Bucks played the Hawks on national TV last week, and the Bucks got out to a great start, but the Hawks just were kind of persistent, and their depth outlasted the Bucks' depth, and the Bucks just did not have enough to keep up. So thinking about the reinforcements, thinking about Jordan Goodwin and Grayson Allen being in that second unit tonight, and thinking about what that will do for the Suns, that they can continue to be persistent in hitting this Bucks team, because Giannis can't play all 48 minutes. And I don't even know what his minutes restriction, if there is one, is looking like at this point, given how recent he's back in the lineup from that calf injury. So I think the big key is withstand the first blow if that comes from the Bucks, and then just kind of keep hitting at them, because you have way more depth than they do.
Yeah, the Suns should be able to attack similar to how Atlanta did, and that's taking advantage of playing off of stops. So getting steals at times, but just pushing off of rebounds that you do get as well. And then on the other side, you got to show bodies in the gaps for Giannis anytime he's getting into a run and jump man mode, as y'all on Twitter love to call it. But also keeping him away from getting to the free throw line, which leads to one of the three keys we got in tonight's game.
Yeah, we'll get to the keys in a second. Before we get there, how important is it for the Suns to pick up a win tonight? Where are we on the Suns must-win meter, fellas? We're high, a 9.4. Steven, back from being, what were you, a 7 last game against the Hornets?
I was at 8 last game.
Might have to fact check that. I don't think you were. Okay. I'm a 10.
I put the answer in. I'm pretty sure I was at 8.
Ayrton's a 10. Espo's a 10. Gil's a 9. Steven, you are an 8, which is still pretty high, but we're starting to get to the point, guys, where I'd be shocked to see any low Suns must-win meter games.
Well, I got something coming for you.
Tomorrow's game against Indiana?
It might be. It might be.
That's like a 10 on the. You got to beat Indiana. We'll talk about that on the road. It's good to have you back in studio, Steven. But Steven, what are the keys for the Suns to pick up a victory tonight, even if it's not the most important thing in the world?
It's not the most important thing in the world, but key number one is keep carrying out the space for Jalen, and you want to keep carving out. You want to make sure you're keeping him in these spaces where his drives, which have been elite on league level volume over the last handful of games, can continue to have the domino effect that you want, whether he's just scoring for himself, getting to the free throw line, or collapsing the defense for those kickouts, which is where the Suns are at their best in terms of playing off of closeouts, which leads to key number 2. When they get the blender rolling, they get that first domino to fall consistently. Now the ball movement is where it needs to be. Now it doesn't matter if a team is switching or blitzing or if they're in the drop, because they're scrambling. And once they're scrambling, that's where a lot of their three-point assists in particular come from. And then key number 3 is just minimizing Giannis's free throw volume, because he can score as much as he wants from the field. It's when he gets to the free throw line and is scoring from the field where he starts to really dictate the flow and the tempo of the game. The Suns can't play a slow game against Giannis. They need it to be a little bit more open, free-flowing.
I love hitting the SPG line. You got to get to that 20
and 2.
Tonight. Yeah, move the ball.
I'm sorry,
like
did you say SPG lying?
Lying.
Well, no, because he was lying when he said that he sent an 8 on the must-win meter last game. 7.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
I said I could be wrong. I did just say
that, and that's what we call accountability, folks.
Exactly.
I trust you. I think they got it wrong.
Probably. Yes, okay.
From accountability to accounting, let's take a look at our standings for our pre-game picks.
And I'm slithering down to the bottom like a snake
man.
there.
Espo, if you hit minus 300, that'd be embarrassing.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
pretty embarrassing.
Somebody win. Somebody do something.
Gil, do something. Win.
We're going to try. It's been a while. Tonight we're going Ryan Rollins. Over 25.5 PRA. Devin Booker, 25+ points. And the team total or the game total over 225.5. So I mean under 225. Excuse me. Plus 430 with 30% profit boost. So we'll see how that goes out for me tonight. I got to get back in the green.
Espo, I don't think you can get in the green tonight.
No, not unless I did something I didn't realize. No, I didn't. Devin Booker 25+ points. Jalen Green 20+ points. Colin Gillespie 5 or more 3-pointers made. Plus 1,000 with a 30% profit boost. Why the hell not? Let's get fancy.
Let's see what the Freckled Mamba has as far as his bets go. Of course, he's taking Devin Booker 25+ points. Jalen Green 20+ points. Giannis 20+ points. Phoenix Suns money line at a plus 525 with a 30% profit boost. I just cannot believe that you bet on another team's player, Ayrton. Ridiculous. Here's my bet. I got Giannis Antetokounmpo 30+ points. I've got Devin Booker 25+ points. I got Colin Gillespie 10+ points at a plus 825 with a 30% profit boost. This would about cut it in half for me. I'd get to like negative 160 and negative 170. Which,
I'm about to start bringing those plus 30,000 bets out.
I mean,
might as well.
Espo, we are getting to the point where that's gonna have to start happening soon enough. Okay, final thoughts on Suns Bucks before we head on over to our watch along and we get to our score predictions.
Look, play your game. Don't fall into any trap.
You do
where,
you.
Where you like don't let Giannis take you out of your game. Don't let any other Bucks take you out of your game. Just go and play your game. And hello, I wish. So
Turn the corner. I think that's my thing with this. You built some momentum with a win on Sunday, and it feels like you've kind of gotten the 10, maybe 11 games over 500, but you haven't turned the corner and gotten down the stretch here. So this is an opportunity to start this road trip on the right foot. You're playing against a team that has one of the best players in league history, but you are a better team than them. So take care of business, do what you do, and start the trip off the right way.
Yeah, you need multiple efforts on the boards. You can't let Giannis, with a little bit of Jang and a little bit of Miles Turner mixed in there, control the boards. You have to go and put multiple bodies there. They don't crash to the extent that you do. Let that numbers advantage be what it should be.
Would be really nice to see Devin Booker and Jalen Green continue to string together good games. Book with back-to-back 30 balls. Jalen Green has kind of slowly started creeping back in his efficiency and in his point total sense. Playing with Devin Booker again, let's just keep that rolling, right? We love to see Colin score, but at the end of the day, I think the Suns are going to be powered by those two guards. So we'd like to see both of them continue to be in their scoring bag and everybody else fall in line after that. All right, we're going to head on over to...
we got a super chat.
I didn't see that. What's our super chat
from our
here?
friend Mesa 14's Kev,
Yeah.
$2 super chat. The Dark Knight Returns.
I'm so sorry.
Good movie, or good comic, and a even better basketball game from Jordan Goodwin being back. So.
I am so sorry, Kev, for missing your super chat.
That first offensive rebound about to hit like crack.
The first flex.
I think
can't
it's
wait for
great
the
that
first flex.
Steven will be on the watch along for Jordan Goodwin's return, because we might see the biggest smile of all time when Jordan Goodwin grabs a rebound and then somebody gives like a loose ball foul and he just flex and screams.
It'll just be him and Haywood Highsmith checking in at the scores table.
Oh, now I'm getting. You hear that?
Ooh, that's some defense.
Chills.
Just inject it right in.
Absolute chills. Well, let's go watch it together. PHNX Suns watch along this very channel. Follow the show at PHNX_Suns on Twitter and on Instagram. And we'll talk to y'all in a couple of minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.